Welcome to the Towering Tropical Shirt NFL Football Update, where I get to talk about all things NFL. Yes, it is finally here. That first Sunday, whole slate of games. Oh, my stars and garters. TTS 2023 is going to be there for you. That's right. Football is here. Can't wait. And before we get to the games, I just have one quick question for everybody. Who is the healthiest person on the Kansas City Chiefs? That would be Kadarius Toney. You know why? Because he can't catch a cold. Oh, I know. Sorry, Chiefs fans, but that's just how it goes. All right, so we have a plethora. I said a plethora of games happening this Sunday, which would be tomorrow. Yay! So let's jump right on in. First off, we have got the San Francisco 49ers going into Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Now, 49er fans are very, very happy because Nick Bosa, stud that he is, ended his holdout, and he is now the richest person ever to play defense after signing a gazillion-dollar contract. Nick Bosa, ka-ching, that one's for you. Meanwhile, we all know what they're about. They're strong defense. And this game is going to feature a battle of two quarterbacks who were rookies last year. Kenny Pickett, highly touted, and Brock Purdy, who was Mr. Irrelevant, but yet he took the 49ers to the NFC Championship game last year. So how was this game looking? If you watch the preseason, you know that the Pittsburgh Steelers look very, very, very explosive. Pickett to Pickens, Najee Harris, they all look like they're primed for a really, really good season. You know what the Niners are going to do? They're going to beat you up on defense. They're going to have a strong running game. Purdy manages the game very, very well, hitting a pass here or there. They're a very good team as well. How do I see this one going? I like the Pittsburgh Steelers. Sorry, Sean Scarrett. I know when I pick them, they usually lose, but I like them to win this game. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people. So I'm taking the Steelers to win. Let's stay in the AFC North, and we're going to pick the game that's called the Battle of Ohio. Yes, it is the 100th meeting between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. By the way, in case you were wondering, the Bengals lead this series. But what's really important in this game? Well, first off, Joe Burrow, Cincinnati Bengals quarterback, is going to play. He is now the richest contract in NFL history, signing a 5-year, $275 million extension. Hey, Joe Burrow, here's to you, ka-ching. We all know that with the Browns, it's all about Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson is, he's back. He's got a full training camp in him. He's trying to put all that mess behind him. I still think he's a rat. Well, never mind, but that's just how it goes. So how do I see this game going? Well, you know, the Cincinnati Bengals went out and signed Orlando Brown from the Chiefs to play left tackle, specifically to block defensive end and super stud Myles Garrett, all-pro Myles Garrett from the Cleveland Browns. You know, he has sacked Joe Burrow 8 times in 2.5 years. Yeah, he pretty much owns the Bengals. So you would think that you think I'm picking the Bengals? No, I am not. I'm actually going to stay with the Browns, mainly because Joe Burrow, he's been out all preseason with a bad calf muscle. He doesn't get any snaps, didn't play any regular season games. Joe Burrow's just going to be a little rusty, so I'm taking the Browns to win this particular Battle of Ohio. Staying in the AFC, let's talk about the Miami Dolphins going all the way cross country to take on the San Diego Chargers. This is another game of two quarterbacks who were drafted the same year. In fact, one right after another, with Tua from the Dolphins and Justin Herbert from the Los Angeles Chargers. Both teams have high-powered offenses. We all know that. But what they tried to do in the offseason was strengthen their defense. So the Dolphins brought in Vic Fangio, who's as a defensive coordinator. He's got a great reputation as a defensive coach. They shored up their secondary, even though Jalen Ramsey's going to be out. They still got a lot of talent on defense, and Fangio is a good defensive coordinator. We all know about Tua trying to stay healthy. I mean, no concussion. And, of course, they've got Tyreek Hill. I mean, they're basically a track team over there in Miami. Over in San Diego, Kellen Moore is now their offensive coordinator because for all their offensive weapons, Their previous offensive coordinator liked to play more horizontal offense, and Cullen Moore likes to throw the ball deep. But they've also improved their defense. They're going to have Joey Bosa back for a full season, so we'll see how that turns out. How do I see this game going? Well, realistically, when you get those first 4 games in an NFL season, most defenses, especially if they're changing coordinators, are still going to be a little bit ahead of offenses that are changing coordinators. So I like the Dolphins to go out there in Los Angeles, and take that victory. Way to go, Dolphins. Sunday night football, oh yeah, Cowboys hosting the G-Men, the Giants. What more can you say about the Cowboys? You know their owner, Jerry Jones, is always a man of his own mind, I guess you're going to say. You know, he's got Dak Prescott. Dak needs to have a better season. For some reason, they think Tony Pollard is going to run the football all the time. If he does, with his slight frame, he's a good running back. Nothing against him, but he won't last till Halloween. But they added Brandon Cooks to help some of that passing game, take some of the pressure off of CeeDee Lamb. And they probably have the most talent in the NFC, but putting it all together, not even so much the regular season, but it's all going to be about the postseason. Oh, by the way, I think the Cowboys have beaten the Giants 11 out of the last 12 times they've played them. Meanwhile, the G-Men, after sneaking into the playoffs last year and winning a playoff game, they're back. They gave Daniel Jones a lot of money, but they upgraded that offense. Besides bringing back Saquon Barkley, they've added Darren Waller at tight end. I don't care what people think. Darren Waller is going to be causing a whole lot of trouble for opposing defenses if he stays healthy. He's big, he's fast, and he can catch. How do I see this game going? You know what? I'm going to take the G-Men to beat them this time. I think they have a lot more to prove. They got some new pieces in there. And I know the Cowboys are going to be looking at tackling Saquon Barkley as soon as he gets out of the locker room. But it's going to be Darren Waller who's going to make the difference. I like the Cowboys to pull the mild upset. I mean the Giants to pull the mild upset. And finally, the game that I'm talking about, what more can be said? We've got the Jets, Jets, hosting at home against the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football. Yeah, Monday night, baby. It should be a stellar game. We all know the big story there is going to be Aaron Rodgers and his offense, how that's going to look. Bills are the reigning AFC East champs. They won it 3 years in a row. And I know the Jets have won the off-season, in terms of like the media. Now we got to shut up and play. Their defense is good, And their offense, people talking about their O-line, they're going to be fine. They finally got all their pieces in there. They've had a solid week of practice. They're going to be fine. And you know what? They played the Bills tough. They beat them last year with Zach Wilson at QB, and they would have beat them a second time if they hadn't knocked Mike White out of the game. The Bills are going to be missing Von Miller on the outside. That's going to hurt them. They still have a very solid defense. I know people say, oh, but Aaron Rodgers has never seen a defense like that. Aaron Rodgers has seen everything. He's going to be hyped. Monday Night Football. I like the Jets, of course, to win. That's right, Ellen. I said that. Look at me. I said that, Alan. The Jets are going to win. So there you have it. Hey, you know what? Whatever I said about who I'm picking, don't you bet the mortgage on that. Because if you lose your rent money, I don't want you moving in with me. Ha ha, ho ho. So enjoy the games, everybody. Oh, you know what? And have one more bit of magic because it's the first weekend of the NFL season. As always, it's brought to you by Mango Rum, which is so good. And good for you. Obligatory product shot. Yes, I'm ready for the season. Here we go. Thank you, Vicky, for the great present. The shot glass that says Jets filled with mango rum. I am ready. Everybody, watch the game. Have your favorite beverage. Fight over your friends, your family. Hang up the phone, whatever you want to do. Me, I'm going to enjoy every last minute. Have fun, everybody.